Hi guys, and welcome to yet another video. In today's video we will be making a closure wig in 2021. We will start off by bleaching the knots on the closure. You can use any bleach of your choice. This is the one that I will be using today with a 30 volume developer. The bleach mixture should not be very runny. It should be about this consistency, and when you apply it onto the closure, be careful not to press on it too much, because that way it'll run off to the other side and end up bleaching the hairs. The closure should look a little something like this once done with rinsing. And what you will be needing for the next couple of steps is the closure. I'm going to be using 3 bundles of 20 inches human hair. I got the hair from Dragon City. The video on that will follow soon. A hair cap or a wig cap, some pins, a scissors and red tail comb, or whichever one you have. Needles, I'll be using both the straight and the curvy one. Got to be spray, mousse, and a hot comb for styling. So you want to go ahead and take your mannequin head and fit your wig cap. Secure it with pins if there's any flappy excess, like this part here, and secure with pins all around, making sure that you do not overstretch it, but stretch it just enough. This is gonna create a very smooth wig without bumps. And then you're gonna want to take your closure and lay it where you'd like to place it. I placed mine in the middle. You can do it on the side, whichever way you like, and take pins and secure it all around. Now that your closure is secured in place, you want to go ahead and start threading it in with your needle. I started with the curvy one, but I alternated between the curvy and straight as I did the rest of the wig. Should look a little something like this once you're done. My next step from this is to sew in the track right below the closure. I do this because even if you were to run out of hair when coming from the back and sewing your wig the normal way, you would have covered this part and there will not be any gap between the closure and where the tracks begin. This following step is not really necessary, but I do recommend it if you want to work much more cleaner. I took my white pencil, or whichever color is going to be visible against your mesh or whatever wig cap it is that you're using, and marked some lines where I intend to sew in some tracks. And then from here I just started with your normal sewing of tracks, making sure that the first maybe 3 are straight, and then I start to curve towards the ear as I go further up. I don't know how to explain it. It makes sense when you're looking at it from this view. These 2 distances should be sort of the same. Mine were a bit off, but I added a couple of tracks similar to this one that I'm adding now that would close the gap that leaves. looks a little something like this, but don't worry, we're about to fix it with customization. You want to go ahead and cut off the excess mesh where the closure is. Place it back onto your mannequin head, and to dampen your closure, this will make it very easy when you are plucking, which we're getting into now. I do not have a specific method. Put some pins just for extra security. I took out a single line and I started plucking the way I'm doing now. I don't know how to describe it. I think the video shows it best. I did it a couple of times, opening a new row each time and then plugging the hair going to the front and the hair going to the back. This is just so that your wig looks a bit more natural once you have it on. Obviously this is in time lapse, but if you're working a little slower, you might want to go back and dampen the hair. I think this also helps prevent you from tearing the lace when you are plucking. The hair should now look a little something like this. If you can see, the closure looks a little bit more natural. The hairs are not as dense anymore. You can pluck however much you want, just don't over pluck, but do it until it looks natural enough for you. Now we're gonna follow the same method and pluck the sides of our middle line. So you're just gonna open a line down the middle and then pluck a little on the one side, take another line on the other side and then pluck a little on that side too. My next step from that was straightening the hair. I started with the tracks at the back and worked my way up. Doing this will make your hair look straight, obviously, and will also flatten the closure part, because we all know that the closure likes to do that little bump. Doing this helps prevent that. To tame the flyaways and split ends, I used a mousse. I do not recommend this particular one. It is said to have an extra hold, but it really does not. So maybe use one from a different brand, or an alternative is a wax stick. I chased the mousse with my hot comb. This also helps to really just flatten the lace part of your wig, as you can see the difference between the right and the left side. The next step that I'm doing here is a personal preference. I don't like when I have hair on my face, so combing it in this direction will help keep it out of your face, and in my opinion it's what gives wigs these days a more expensive look, or like a more expensive finish. like just the final touch-ups to the wig. I used the bit of the mousse to cover the split ends all around the wig, and went back in with my straightener again and my hot comb just to make sure that everything is flat and smooth. And that's how you get your wig in 2021. Thank you so much if you made it to this part of the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which other video you'd like to see from me, and I'll be seeing you guys on my next one.